Hello and welcome to the Nerdsmith Presents Limited series. Before we get started, we'd like to let you know that we're raising money for the Palestine Children's Relief Fund. The PCRF provides medical and humanitarian relief to children throughout the region, regardless of their nationality or religion. We smashed our second goal and we've updated our goal to $300 US, so we'll be fundraising for that. You can type !give in the chat for more details. And as an added bonus, we will be giving away 2 sets of rerolls from Die Hard Dice. Rerolls are made from Die Hard Dice's own recycled materials that they gather from discarded bits of plastic left behind from making other polymer dice. And we'll be benefiting a charity each month by donating 50% of the proceeds. This month's charity is the PCRF. For a chance to win one of these sets, please type !enter in the chat. Winners will be announced at the end of the show. My name is Nerdsmith Network. I use she/they pronouns, and I will be your storyteller for this evening. I recognise the traditional owners of the different lands we work and play on today, and the Indigenous people present in this stream. I pay my respects to all elders, past and present, and acknowledge and celebrate the diversity of Indigenous peoples and their cultures and connection to the country and waters of all colonised lands. Tonight, we humbly offer you the last in a 4-part chronicle using the Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition system as part of the Nerdsmith Presents series, where 6 game masters and their players are offered this remarkable platform thanks to Nerdsmith. We will be delving into the world of darkness and what relatively young vampires contend with when they're thrust into politics, double-crossing, and investigation. Will they find a solution to the mystery they're tasked with unravelling? Or will they simply disappear like so many kindred before them? Shall we meet our vampires?
Hello everyone, my name's Kat. My pronouns are she, they, and I am playing Sophie Lee, the Toreador girly for the girlies, by the girlies. Her pronouns are she, her.
Hey, I am Mitch, he, they, and I will be playing Robert or Roberto or Robbie Carpenter, a traditionalist Tremere. Super excited.
Hi everyone, I'm MK. I use they, them pronouns, and I'm playing Doc, the Ventru doctor who also uses they, them pronouns.
And I'm Rosie. I use she, her pronouns, and today I'll be playing Mina the Magpie, your disco punk Toreador who uses she, they pronouns.
Wonderful. I cannot wait to see what you all get up to. We'd like to do some shout outs to our sponsors, starting off with Die Hard Dice. While we're doing a giveaway this evening, if you would like to own your own set of rerolls, you can visit the link in the chat and support this month's charity, the PCRF. Don't forget to use the code NERDSMITH to get 10% off your order. We'd also like to shout out to Hero Forge, who is an online character design application that lets users create and buy their customized tabletop miniatures and statuettes. They release exciting new features every Tuesday for their pro subscribers. You can use the link in the chat to get your pro subscription and help support the network today. World ANVIL is a set of world building tools that helps you create, organize, and store your world setting. If you'd like to check all that you can do with a Sage membership, check out our link in the chat. Grinding Coffee is a Black LGBTQ+ owned business that sells coffee and coffee subscriptions. Use the code NERDSMITH to get 10% off your next order. We would also like to give a huge thank you to Rebecca for our incredible character art that you saw in the intro before. You can check them out on Instagram at rghamersley_art. That's RGHAMERSLEY_art, like a painting. And a little housekeeping before we dive into our game. This game is set in the world of darkness. It's a setting not that dissimilar to our own, but it's darker, stickier, and the things that go bump in the night are very, very real. Before we sat down tonight, we went through our lines and veils as a group and have set up safety tools to ensure that while we might encounter confrontational events, everyone is safe. This story may include blood, loss of control, supernatural themes, violence, and more. If these themes are of concern to you, please take breaks or consider not watching. We will be playing monsters, but that doesn't mean we become the monster. Please look after yourselves and watch at your discretion. When last we saw our vampires, they were scouring the home of their sires and themselves, a little clubhouse, one might say. They were looking for any sort of clue that might lead them to where these benefactors of their undead existence might have ended up, having missed an appointment with the prince and throwing at least the sheriff and the hound into some consternation. They found a book with the help of Alexander. Help's a strong word. Poor Alexander. It was a book of code words which they came to understand were given to the accountant of their sires that was like a safety device. Robert and Mina went and had a look at the office of one of not their sires and uncovered a little bit of a mystery, a phone charger, and some papers. And this is where we are going to pick up our story tonight, with Sophie and Doc standing in front of Robert and Mina, Robert holding a set of papers that maybe don't have much to do with Robert and have a whole lot to do with Sophie. What are we doing, vampires?
Can I smell blood?
Robert hasn't closed his wounds from conducting his rituals, so yes, the
Yeah,
smell
I'm
of
gonna
decay is very thick in the blood.
Close the
No,
door.
before you do that, I think Doc is going to get very close to Robert.
Yeah.
Be like, did you hurt yourself, Robert? Show me.
Okay.
Show me. Give me your
Hold
hand.
on. No, what?
Give
No,
me.
What?
No. Give me your hand. Robert, I need to be able to trust you. Give me your hand.
Give them my other a hand, both hands. I'm like, which one do you
Is
want?
it the one that has the cut on it?
It's the right one, but I will give you both hands awkwardly. Like,
Okay. It's
you
like,
want
it's
hands?
okay.
Here's
I'm a
two
doctor.
hands. But
I'm going to kiss it better. It's okay.
what? That's not.
And Doc is going to kiss it better and use Sanctifying Kiss and bond Robert at a first level.
Robert, can I get a wits plus awareness roll from you, please?
Yeah.
Doc, do you need to make a roll for this?
Nope.
Understood.
Boop, 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 boop. 4 successes.
Would you like to use a willpower to re-roll any of those?
There's only one that would re-roll, so it's probably not worth it.
Robert, as your coterie mate Doc takes a look at the wound and quote-unquote kisses it better, you cast your mind back to a little while after you started running with this coterie, and you remember that one of the things that you were most concerned about is being able to trust these people. Suddenly in this moment, you feel like if anybody, Doc is probably the most trustworthy of the lot. As you are step 1 of 3 to being blood bonded.
Did you just
Need an
kiss
aid.
my arm?
Yeah, I'm a doctor.
No, that's not how doctors work.
Oh, it's all right. You didn't go to medical school. It's fine.
I was in the war. I
Didn't
was no
we
one
have a
kissed me.
discussion about not bleeding all over other people's things, Robert?
You know what? How about this? Let's I'll move past the kissing and you move past the blood, potentially
No,
the red
here's the
stains.
thing. Here's the thing. There are going to be consequences for what you've done. Our sires are going to have certain things to say when they find out that you've trashed this office. But
Well, I think
before
if
that,
we
no, let me finish.
Sorry, go ahead.
But until that happens, we have to work as a coterie. So I need you to fall in line, Robert. Do you understand? Know your place. You know your place? You are a pebble from a shattered pyramid. You do not get to go off and endanger this coterie because you have ideas about what the right thing to do is.
Hold on, in danger. I think what you're spewing is hyperbole, at least, maybe fantastical at the most. They're either dead. If they're not dead, we're going to save them, and this will be a trivial part of the adventure that led to their safety. Do you want answers, or do you want toe the line?
I want you to show people the respect they're due. There are other ways to get answers. You just need to know your place. Whatever happens when our sires get back, that's on you. Until then, fall in line. All I have
All
to
right.
say.
I will, and I will push the papers into her arms and
Whose
say,
arms?
yours. Whatever just happened here, no, I will figure it out.
That's okay. We can have a discussion about it later.
I'm not talking to you about it.
Sophie, I believe these are for you.
Sophie takes the papers from their hand and starts to read through the first few lines.
Sophie, as you glance through these papers, you come to understand that this is, for all intents and purposes, a last will and testament. It is in the event of your sire's demise, final death or otherwise, all assets that are under her care or owned wholeheartedly by her are to be transferred to you. Any shares that she might have in anything owned by the group, and then everybody's sires are named, are to be transferred to you in the event of her untimely demise. And it then proceeds to list a bunch of companies, holding companies, international stocks, fashion houses, small ateliers throughout Europe, an events coordination company that you would recognize as having quite a bit to do with, like, New York Fashion Week and a number of high-end haute couture fashion events. And at the very end, you see one sentence that is, "And with all possible love I can muster, I wish her very, very well for her future endeavors."
Sophie is silent a moment, reading the papers, before she swears. I can't own all of that. I didn't even know that she had that much stuff. We gotta find her. I can't
You will.
own all of this.
It's okay. We'll find her. We'll find her. It's nice though, right? That she cares. Like,
Yeah, I guess it's nice.
yes. But we're gonna find her. We're gonna find her. I think Doc's gonna embrace Sophie and sort of like kind of comfort.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, yours is the only sire we know is still alive. So there's a comfort knowing that.
Sophie, as she gets pulled into the hug, just like throws her arms around Doc. Just, you know, like she may be a vampire, but she could be just a child in this moment, kind of thing. Like, it's all very overwhelming. I think reading this is, she realizes the chance that they might not get their sires back, and that hurts her a lot.
What would everybody else like to do in this moment as Doc and Sophie are slightly indisposed with a bit of caregiving?
Look at the ceiling. I assume it's one of those like, is it like a well done ceiling or one of those like old office ones with little like dots in them? In any case, Robert's just kind of trying to lose himself in this bit of
Crescent
affection.
Ceiling, and there's a repetitious pattern. It's been up there for a while, but you're absolutely able to like, oh yeah, off by 2 degrees on that angle there. Yep.
Yeah, that's that's Mina, you see that? That's
It's a ceiling. It's lovely, as is everything in here. Yes?
Yep. Yeah.
Not to my taste. It's a little too bland.
Mina, as your eyes trace the pattern in this tin ceiling, you feel yourself kind of dissolving into the carpet a little bit, like an acid trip. And a flash of disco lights casts in front of your eyes. Suddenly, you feel yourself in a different moment, a different place, different time. You're getting a bird's eye view of a shipping container. It's lime green paint, chipping away at the corners, the block letters NCF on it. You stare at, you stare at. You start to realize NCF, you've heard a phrase. You've heard a phrase in the past. No capital found. That starts with NCF. Where have you heard that phrase before, Mina? Oh, it was a telephone call. A telephone call where someone was asking for something, and someone, you can't remember who was on this end of the telephone call, went, let me check the records. Oh, no capital found. I'm so sorry. Everything's gone, but don't worry, we'll make it all right. And as you stare at these black letters, they dissolve and you get sucked through the wall of this shipping container to find 5 hospital gurneys set up in a circle. 4 of them are occupied by black shrouded figures. The 5th is empty. And in the middle of this circle of hospital gurneys, a scepter lays on the ground. And first of all, it's crossed by a rose. And then it's crossed by a circle with a triangle. And then it's crossed by another rose. And then it's crossed by a scepter. And then it's just not there anymore. And as you get pulled away up into the sky, past the shipping container lot, seeing the docks, seeing the water, The last thing you see before you're back in this room is a laughing mask. And the mouth is following the lines of this pressed tin ceiling that you're staring up at. For all intents and purposes, everybody else just sees Mina kind of check out for a moment.
I feel like Robert's like, yeah, man, she's seeing exactly what I'm seeing. This is stuff certainly to look at.
It's quite the ceiling.
Yeah, I know, right? Like,
I think she'll receive that vision, and again, like you said, it'll just look like she's spaced out. But once she sort of resumes back in her body, she's gonna kind of fall backwards as if she just had a bout of vertigo and land squarely on her bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Take another breath she doesn't need. That was a lot. Wallace isn't even here. Normally that's his thing. Oh, okay.
You all good, Mina?
I just got a lot of information very quickly.
Like a vision?
Like a vision, yeah, but normally those only happen when Wallace is around.
Okay, what set it off?
I mean, I was staring at the ceiling because Robert said, look at the ceiling, and maybe it's because we're in the clubhouse where our sires, there's a lot of their energy here.
and you
that might
see
be
Wallace
the-
here with us now.
No, he doesn't leave the loft. That's not his thing. I don't think he
Okay.
can. I think it's just their energy is coalesced here, and that triggered a lot of information. I saw the containers that Robert saw. I didn't see them, but I saw 4 figures on gurneys, and we have 4 sires. I saw the symbols for each of our clans, and there was a scepter. It was so much, and I saw a mask laughing.
Wait, mask laughing. Isn't it like
Nosferatu?
That's
oh
like
yeah,
Bob.
Nosferatu. Why do I always think it's Malkavian? I think it's smiling.
Okay. So was these gurneys inside the shipping containers?
Yeah, I went whoosh, like as if I was Wallace, kind of went whoosh through the roof of it. And the word the NCF, that's no capital found. It's I know I heard Annette use it on a phone call once. It has to do with their holdings with stuff. It was so much. But yeah, 4 of them in one of those no capital found shipping containers. I didn't see our sires specifically, but it has to be, there was too much of them there. Their symbols, our clan symbols, the things that tie us to them.
And the Nosferatu.
And the Nosferatu. You said we're getting information from Bob
And-
tomorrow. Can we trust him?
No.
I don't know who we can trust at this point.
He seemed to know an awful lot.
Yeah, I think anyone who gives anything for free out of the goodness of their heart shouldn't be trusted.
I'm wondering if, like, hospital gurneys have to come from somewhere, right? I wonder if there's any way that I could try and figure out where they are based on the fact that they're on hospital gurneys. Reach out to my medical contacts, perhaps?
See if anyone's procured gurneys, because they were in a shipping container. They were in a shipping container, so it has to be down in the docks.
So
Well, do we go-
she
Sorry.
disentangles herself from
Doc has been, like, having this conversation while, like, over Sophie's shoulder this whole time.
And like she steps over to Mina, and I mean, if she like holds out a hand to Mina to, like, in a silent, like, to hold hands kind of thing, but only if Mina wants to hold hands.
Absolutely.
And she, yeah, so she's like, so you saw around, like, where they were?
I think it was more focused on them themselves and the symbolism.
So, but if we went down to the docklands, do you think we could maybe find
the
out
container.
where? Yeah.
Oh, I mean, it's lime green. It has to be somewhat
How many
visible,
lime
right?
green containers are there? That's
Right.
We can pick out lime green things.
They're all lime green.
Yeah.
I think, and maybe if, I don't know if it would work because it wasn't supposed to happen here. Can these only really happen with Wallace around? If maybe we get close to them, maybe it'll spark something else, something
Maybe.
new, something
It's
that we
worth
can
trying, right?
I just send the little reds out to go search, like we saw Mina do like a quick.
Oh, the
fist
little
bump.
dudes. They really, Doc, I swear they didn't leave a mess. I promise they didn't leave a mess.
She already yelled at me. That was.
I know.
A little bit
I
ago.
don't use female pronoun.
Sorry, he.
They.
Sorry. They. Sorry.
They.
Thank you. Thank you. They.
Promised you wouldn't do it. A minute before you went into that room, and then you did it.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right.
How am I supposed to
have-
trust you when your word is meant? It means nothing.
Sophie, your phone buzzes.
She whips it out at lightning speed, apparently.
Apparently, hair goes flying.
Cat's grace. Phone is out.
It's a message from a number you don't recognize, and it's just coordinates, GPS coordinates. And a second message follows saying, now or never.
Sophie holds the phone up to Doc. Oi, plug these in.
Doc is going to immediately be doing that and be ready to go and get out, get back in the car and get going.
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
Where is it?
It is down in Docklands again, but it's behind like one of those events places that's kind of set aside for like corporate get-togethers and sundowners and things like that.
Could we, if when we find the size, we're going to have 4 extra people we're going to have to get somewhere before the sun comes up, should we take 2 cars?
Ooh,
I can
that
grab
is
the
an
Jag.
excellent point.
I'm going to go and
Yeah.
well, I'm not going to ask. I'm going to go and see if I can find the keys to the Jag and imagine they're on a hook somewhere. Doc will probably be familiar with where they're kept.
Okay, so we've got Doc going and finding the keys to the Jag. We've got Sophie looking at your phone.
Yeah, I reckon Sophie will. So, just to clarify, were the coordinates specifically on this like events?
Yeah, so this is a section of Docklands that juts out into the water a little bit, and at the front, next to the pathway where is there's an awful lot of foot traffic, is an events place for like corporate meetings and things like that. And behind there are a few shipping container blocks. You can see on Street View, Doc, that there's a couple of shipping container stacks that kind of look like they're there to maybe break the wind a little bit. And then behind are 3 lime green NCF shipping containers stacked.
Cool. Yeah, so Sophie will have been dropping herself in on Google Maps as well, and sort of holding that up for Mina and being like, do you recognize this? Does this look right?
Ooh, does it match the sort of bird's eye view?
Yeah. As you think back to that sensation of getting sucked down and seeing kind of the lay of the land and everything like that, yeah, this is very much like you saw.
That matches. Okay.
Robert, can you remind me, did you get hungrier for your ritual?
No. Yeah, I haven't got
Thank you.
hungry
Sorry, I
yet.
couldn't remember in my notes. Excellent. Right. What would Robert like to be doing at this particular point in time? While Sophie and Mina are discussing like Google Maps and Street Views and stuff.
I think he's going to raid the liquor cabinet. Just make some improvised Molotovs for the inevitable.
Excellent. Can I please get let's go with dexterity and craft.
Let's do this.
Doc, you go to where you would assume the keys are, and Alexander is hoeing into a sandwich while standing there, and sees you approach him as, terribly sorry.
You're all good,
oh,
Alexander. The roast is good. Keys for the Jag. Where are they at?
yes. And he pulls a set of keys down. Here. She hasn't been turned over in a little while. I pulled her out. I was going to take her for a drive, so just
good.
make sure it's a lengthy one.
I'm happy to do that for you. No worries.
Wonderful. Will you be back this evening?
Somehow I doubt it, but you have a good night. Get some sleep. I will see you hopefully tomorrow night.
Right, you are. Is everyone accompanying you?
I think Doc is going to sort of like turn to like shout for the rest of the coterie down the hallway, be like, "It's time to go, let's go," kind of thing. Like,
Stuffing a pea like
it's time for school. Kind of
What do you mean you haven't got your shoes on?
5 more minutes.
You said that 5 minutes ago. Alexander looks at his watch and goes, "Oh wow, you'd all best get a hurry along then. You've only got a couple of hours before things get a bit dicey."
Yeah, so we better get moving. The Jag
Right.
tinted.
It does have a subtle tint. It's not like
It's not going to be good enough if
blackout,
we get stuck out in the sun, essentially, is what you're saying.
No. Unfortunately, that kind of pitch black is somewhat illegal for street vehicles.
And hard to drive through the
little
windshield.
bit. A little bit.
Yeah, fair.
Good thing there's all-day parking
Yeah.
in those Wilson car parks.
True.
Yep.
I got one success for the Molotovs.
Okay, you make one Molotov and you go to make a second one, and you're like, right, yep, nope, I've got this now. And as you're jamming the rag into the bottle, it shatters the neck of the bottle, and you're like, really?
I'm like, darn it.
What would you like to do? You have one Molotov cocktail.
Yep, that's this will just have to be it. I will ask what's their ghoul's name? I assume it's a ghoul.
Alexander.
Alexander, you got like a light. Also, did the sires leave any weapons of any sort in this household for us? For themselves?
I believe there's a sword cane, but I haven't located it.
Oh my god, that's such a... Which sire owns that one?
Let's take 2 guesses.
I would say the Ventrue or the Tremere.
I was going to say, I don't think I need to make you roll for that. You have seen Alaric walking around with a cane.
Yeah.
And he is precisely the kind of wanker who would have a sword cane. Let's face it, Alaric is a douche canoe who would absolutely have an affectatious sword cane. And I mean that with all love, dog.
Oh no, he is a wanker.
Yeah, I'll be
love him.
content with the one. And I think my parting note would be like, if we don't come back, I suggest you burn down this place. Or bad things will
Not
be
burn
coming.
down this place. Don't burn down this
Cuffs
place.
an eye at like the art on the walls and says, I will take that under advisement, yes.
Because the things that
And then
come after us are not going to be
Shoots a
kind.
look over at Doc and is just like, please no. Just silent conversation between Alexander and Doc at this point.
Let's go, Mina.
I'd like to grab one thing from the garage, if there is such a thing there. Alexander,
Yes?
do you know if there are bolt cutters on premises?
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Smart woman.
And he shuffles away, and a couple
Not her
of minutes
first break-in.
pass, not very long. And he brings back a duffel bag for you. And inside he
Ooh.
goes, so I found some bolt cutters. I found some chain just in case. And I got some heavy blankets. We normally use them in the back of the vehicles in case we're cutting it a bit fine. I thought perhaps, if you happen to get stuck outside, that might be beneficial. And I got this. And it's an aluminium baseball bat with a sock over the top of it. He goes, you mustn't tell anyone where you got it from, okay?
Okay. Thank you so much. You always
Wonderful.
think of everything. Thank you. You go above and beyond.
Incredible.
Well, one does one's best, Mina.
Thank you. And I'll grab the duffel bag and kind of like it topples her a little bit and okay.
Well, safe journeys, everyone. I will prepare the cavalry should you need, but I'm sure you will be fine.
Wait, is there cavalry? Or you said that as like a platitude, right? Like, it doesn't really mean anything.
I was in the cavalry at one point, yes.
Okay.
What were you going to say, so?
Before Sophie leaves, she's going to sort of very hesitantly step into Tiara's office and put the papers down just on top of the desk. And while she's there, are there any like particularly sharp pencils, pens, or letter openers around by any chance?
There is a letter opener.
Yeah, she'll take that.
Cool. Excellent. So we've got the Jag and we've got Robert's vehicle. How are we splitting the party? Because this never goes wrong.
I think we should all get our own car, right? That way we can run.
You want to
people over.
Italian job this shit.
Yeah, right? Like, I think that's just...
Mina
Yeah.
can't drive.
Should we do like a driving montage training session, like between
All
now
right,
and then?
who wants to come? Who's coming with me? Who's coming in the Jag?
Buddy system.
All right,
Buddy
Soph, let's go.
system.
No, you're with Robert.
Excellent.
Let's roll.
Excellent. So,
Roll.
Are we going convoy? Like, we're not going separately, we're going
Convoy.
together.
80
Caravan,
mile
yeah.
an hour convoy.
For the city of Melbourne, I doubt we're going to be hitting those speeds, but sure.
I believe in us.
We can try.
I don't know.
I don't believe in the Melbourne road system, quite frankly. Sorry, Sophie, what did you want to say?
Oh, I just said I don't know how fast that is.
120 kilometers an hour.
Oh yeah. Oh god, no more.
Doc's not hitting those speeds. Doc is sticking to the speed limit.
Excellent. For those who are driving, can I please get a... Let's go stamina and drive roll, please. As you're trying to find the most optimal route and not make decisions that are potentially pulling some attention to you. So that's 2 from Doc, thank you. And 2. Excellent. You manage to navigate your way through a couple of suburbs in kind of skirting around the city. And then as you get to the outskirts of the CBD itself, in front of you, you both see a big red and blue and white bus and lights out along the road and a police officer with a shining lit baton waving you down. You would both recognize this as a random breath test, or RBT in the vernacular. You are motioned to slow your speed and pull over to the side so that the police officers can conduct a breathalyzer on you both.
And make sure Breath of Life is definitely on at this point when I get pulled over.
Blush of Life? Yep.
Yep.
Can you make a rouse check for that? Robert, are you also activating Blush of Life?
Yeah, I guess so. Bleep blop.
If I have to.
Yeah, can hate this.
I failed my rouse check, but I believe for Doc with Blush of Life, I get advantage.
You do. Yes.
That one's a success.
Excellent. Thank you.
One success.
Excellent. So neither of you get hungrier from trying to push your supernatural vitae to start enacting signs of life, color back to your cheeks and lips. You make a good show of breathing, blinking, all the, I'm definitely a human being signs. As police officers approach your window, Doc, you get to roll down the window.
Doc puts the window down.
Evening, sir. Random breath test. Have you done one of these before?
Absolutely have no problem.
Excellent. So just take a deep breath as he pulls out a straw from a plastic coating, fits it to the unit, and says, "Just one deep, long breath, thank you," and go. Yeah, sadly, the breath out does not capture on microphones, folks, but
They do it. They do it.
They do it. Excellent. And you get a... Very well, sir. Just give me a moment. The unit beeps and you get a... Very good. Thank you. Have a good night.
You too. And Doc is going to just very slowly just get past until they can sort of maybe pull over into a nearby street just to not go too far without the rest of the gang.
Excellent. Doc, are you also keeping an eye on this?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Robert?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Perfect. So you would see, as your window's being tapped on, you would see that Doc is allowed to leave, and you do kind of watch the car as it just kind of ducks off to the left a little bit down the road. You also get the on the window and the wind it down.
Roll it down. Yep.
Evening, sir. Random breath test. Have you done one of these before?
Yeah, several times.
Excellent, excellent. So one deep breath. And as he goes to fit the straw onto the unit, you get a and the police officer who's about to conduct the test gets a tap on the shoulder from someone else who takes the unit, and the police officer takes a few steps away, and the individual that you see now standing in front of you about to conduct this very random breath test for you is the individual from the store that you frequent.
Oh.
The owner of the esoteric store that you sometimes have been known to frequent for feeding. And he says, "Evening, sir. Would like to take a long, deep breath and breathe out for me into the unit, please."
Yeah.
Have you been drinking tonight?
No, I never drink.
Good. Keep breathing. Thank you, sir. Takes the straw and puts it in the bin down the ground and does not lose eye contact with you. The unit beeps. He looks behind the car a little bit. Thank you, sir. Have a good evening.
I've seen you before, yeah?
Oh, I've just got one of those faces, sir.
No, you don't. I kind of remember you from a very specific location. Why do you work? You part of the fuzz?
Have a good evening, sir. And he looks away. Just looks at the cars behind.
Okay, I'll just roll it back up. I hate these old things, right? Okay, here we go. All right, bye-bye. I'll drive off. Mina, was that weird?
You're muted.
You're muted, Mina.
You didn't have to do breath of life. Use your normal non-airways.
Oh goodness, no, that was definitely strange. That was the person at your shop, wasn't it? I saw them, and you.
That's what I was saying. So
yeah.
I have.
Unless they have a twin.
I have an enemy, and so thinking back, I don't know if things are converging as for this to be a very bad night.
Because if they've seen you, and they've seen Doc and Sophie and me, they could tell someone.
And if it's the enemy I think of, then they also have means to destroy us.
Why do you have enemies? What did you do?
Nothing. I was just mad.
just let's catch up with them.
Okay.
But be
I will like
cautious.
turn it to
I
the
don't know how
local
much more
FM
cautious we can
radio.
be. We're just going straight.
I
to
think
them.
we're yeah, I mean whatever. Yep. I'll pull up to Doc.
I'm gonna text Sophie.
What are you texting, Sophie?
Texting Sophie, the cop that did Robert's breathalyzer, and it's like almost like in that staccato punctuation, like a boomer. And it comes in like 3 text messages. The cop that did the breathalyzer on Robert was the owner of the shop where Robert feeds.
Tell them there is a someone who uses magic that's not a kindred hunting me, so maybe associated or maybe not. But still put
P.S.
that in there.
Might be
as a
bad
warning.
news. Uses magic, not kindred. Robert has enemies? Question mark? Question mark? Question mark?
Enemy. One.
Enemies. Asterisk.
Yeah, should we can roll down the window.
They're ahead of us.
Okay, I can pull up next time. I don't.
So,
Yeah, it's like a couple of seconds down the road. So you
Right.
turn left where you saw Doc take the car. Doc, have you parked alongside the road?
I think, yeah, just on the side, just pull to the side, just until they can co-pass, and then Doc will pull back out to follow if they keep going. But if they pull up to talk,
Yeah, I'll,
what
like-
are Romina doing?
yeah, Doc's. Yeah, what was that about?
Did you get our text?
Text? Yeah.
Okay, any questions?
A lot. Magic. What? Powers? What?
Okay,
Yeah.
who do we know that hunts kindred who can use magic that aren't cops?
The second
I
Inquisition?
don't. Yeah.
Yeah, the Second Inquisition.
Well, that's I think that's a more faith-based thing. I don't know if that's magic. This was more like a it's the other. I don't think it's like hunting me because I am a kindred, more so just
Did they interact with you, Mina? Did they
rivals.
recognize you?
I don't know. They pretended not to know Robert, but it definitely looked like the person from the shop from earlier this
Okay.
evening.
And they have seen your car.
And yours.
this car. Yeah.
Okay.
Cars.
We need to
Okay.
we need to ditch this car nowhere near where we're going to be getting our sires out and find.
Should we use some of that?
Are we anywhere near where Doc ditched their car the very first night when they were the Deso?
Yes, actually, you're maybe like 2 or 3 streets away from Pulse.
Okay, I think Doc is gonna be like, we're gonna pull around and he's gonna we're car swapping. Leave that piece of shit here. Leave the keys in it. Hopefully someone grabs it and takes it and goes very far away with it. You can drive the Jag because you're not touching my car. Here's the keys. Let's go.
Yeah,
So we're doing round robin musical chairs, but with cars.
Yes.
Yes.
We
I'll
are
text
leaving- we are-
true friend.
Stop
Okay.
texting people.
I'm not gonna mess up this boon.
No. Because we don't know. How did they know you'd be there?
I don't know. Isn't there just like who knows?
How did they
So
know?
let's
How did
not
they know?
talk to anyone until we have our sires back. We are locking this shit down. Okay?
All right, well, let me at least park this in a decent place so I can give it to
Park it
them
in front of
later.
Pulse, leave it unlocked, leave the keys in the ignition. Hopefully someone takes it and leaves whoever is after you in the wrong direction. Go do that now.
I'm gonna lock it and put the key. I want to keep the keys. Just lock it. I'm not messing up this boon. Gosh darn it. Oh, this vent you some more boons. I'm not doing. Beep beep.
Robbie, you have Doc's already mad at you. You should probably do what they say.
I don't want to owe the guy more. That's just, if I ruin his car, then what is that? Another boon that I owe him? It's just,
Was the boon letting you borrow or letting you take?
Borrow.
Hmm.
It's a rental, right? It's like what are those rental vehicle companies nowadays?
Hmm.
It'll be
like
fine.
the ride share where you
Yeah,
have a
or
okay. Got it.
right. In any case, it's like that, and I'll leave it here. I'll keep the keys, and I'll handle this card later at a later point in time. So that's all chill. There's no reason for someone else to steal it or take it.
Except they would be, Doc, I think, was insinuating that they could be bait for whoever's chasing us, because they would think that it's you driving the car if they're chasing the car. It would be a good diversion away from us. Keep us safe, keep the coterie safe.
Fine.
Thank
I'll
you.
go up to someone at the club. What's up, person? Have these keys. Take this car. Go drive with it. Go. It's key car. Go. It's full. Full tank. Vice grills in the center. Just raise its track. Go ahead. Go.
Yeah, right, mate.
No, I'm not. But what can we do?
Okay, mate. Yeah.
Yep.
Come on.
Excellent.
Okay. That was a nice
What
car.
Thank you.
What is a Doc's car?
Doc drives a Jeep. Just like a raised up Jeep Wrangler kind of thing, 4-door, black Jeep Wrangler type deal.
Utilitarian.
Yep.
Nice.
Nice. And I think as soon as Doc throws the keys to Robert, gets their own keys out, is going. Does not want to be out on the street any longer than they have to be.
Got it.
Awkwardly, like
Okay.
dragging my Molotov around. Like.
Oh, my duffel bag.
To be honest, I had forgotten about your Molotov. What are you carrying this thing in?
Oh God.
Is it just like a shopping bag full of booze and rag? Is that what's going on here?
I think we just have one, so it's probably just like a brown bag with alcohol in it.
Not
but I haven't been
suspicious
drinking.
at all.
Yeah, not suspicious.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. So, in your musical chaired vehicles, are we heading straight to the location, or what are people doing?
Oh, Doc is heading straight there now.
Right.
Yeah, is this a manual? Or is this automatic?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All
This
right.
is
All
the
right.
manual.
Kick it.
So you're not that far away at all. It's at maybe 5 minutes, actually, in the evening. Yeah, 5, 6, 7 minutes away from the nightclub. You make it to the roadside. Actually, not that far away from the coterie. And the stadium across the road still has people shouting in it. You do see trickles of people as whatever is going on is starting to wind down for the evening. So foot traffic is a little bit higher than it was earlier in the evening. Are you just leaving your vehicles on the road? How would you like to proceed?
Did we do parallel parking?
Is there like a parking garage near that, or is it like the stadium parking is right near the cow tree, right?
The stadium parking is right near the tree. That's where you picked up the vehicle that Robert actually was borrowing.
I think Doc is going to park their car in there, purely in case we have to hunker down in Doc's car during the day,
Gotcha.
so that we're out of direct sunshine.
Got it. And what would Robert like to do with the vehicle that they're driving now?
I'll follow Doc. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of swoop in.
Cool. Excellent. So you park your vehicles next to each other in the parking garage that is undercover at the stadium. Walking across the road, you see Mina, you're relatively able to point out the location. Doc, you've got it up on Google Maps. How would you like to approach this area?
Increasing blood potency in the car before I leave.
Understood. Can you make your rouse check for that, please? And then your ritual roll for that, I believe, is required as well.
Can I please heighten senses again if it's worn off from when I had it done up last time?
Yep, absolutely. Go for it. What would Sophie and Mina like to do, if anything?
I don't think Sophie is going to do anything like particularly big. I think it's mostly just sort of following along in Doc's shadow. Probably. No, actually, you know what she does? As she's getting out of the car, she slowly takes off all of her very loud jangly bangles and puts them down, and takes off her very jangly loud earrings and puts them down, so she can now be silent if she needs to.
You know
Stealth
shit's
Sophie.
getting real. Hold my
Yep.
earrings.
Yep.
Incredible.
That is what she does.
You are going into stealth mode. I love it.
I failed my rouse check.
Okay, so you get one point hungrier as the claws in the back of your skull scratch a little bit deeper, and the sounds of the battlefield grow a little bit stronger for you. But your senses are heightened, and as you're focusing on the here and now, you're able to push those memories aside. What would Mina like to be doing?
I think in a
As she
similar
watches Sophie go into stealth mode.
take a note out of Sophie's book and flip her glittery jacket inside out so that the like black lining is what's showing.
Amazing.
Take off like her anything that's like too bright on her. She's done heists before. She knows the drill. And just sort of like getting that mentality of, okay, quiet, be ready for anything. Approach like where she's normally like kind of has an energy about her, whether it's being friendly or being nervous, where there's that sort of like constant buzz. She is sort of temping that down and getting ready for a job. She's going to unzip the duffel bag. She doesn't want to like carry the whole thing because that'll make noise. Hand the bolt cutters to Robert and carry the bat by herself.
Excellent. Robert, you now have one Molotov cocktail and one set of bolt cutters.
Oh, heck yeah, dual wielding. Let's go. And I succeed with my rouse check, and my blood potency goes up by 1.
The question I have is, when you light that Molotov cocktail, are you going to send us all into a fear frenzy?
Probably.
Maybe we don't do that. Maybe.
It's a last resort sort of thing.
Last resort.
Mm-hmm. Like if we're all dying anyway.
All right, let's do this, I guess.
Excellent.
By my walking montage.
Charlie's Angels theme stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 100%. Kill Bill walking into the restaurant. Yeah. Love it. So as you play your personal shit's gonna get real tunes in your head and proceed across the road to this area, you see a black and glass fronted area that has the esplanade on it, and there's no like particular signage, though you can see a sign that's kind of fallen down that says Google Meetup here, and it was yesterday's date. It's looking a bit rained on, and quite clearly like nothing is in there at the moment. The lights are all off. There's like some plastic bag or something that's blown up against the door, so quite clearly hasn't been used today. And as you proceed down the laneway that's alongside this to where Mina can indicate that the shipping containers were, and you can see a number of them stacked up behind this building, you do hear a voice that's like, "Shh, come over here. Quick, 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 quick." And as you turn to look, you see a dark hooded figure who you would recognize as Pretty Bob. Just like,
Bob.
We go, I guess.
Sophie will.
he's behind a shrub. It's not doing a very good job of hiding him at all. And he's like, "So, I know I was supposed to message you tomorrow night, but wow, some shit went down. Sorry. We had to up the timeline a little bit. Me furry friends found them. Thought I should let you know. Not a good conversation in there.
What's happening? What conversation happened?
Desperation. Apparently she's like off her rocker. She's killed someone in there. I think Angel.
Oh, yeah, of course. That's she.
Keep up, come on. Yeah, and I don't think it's like any of your guys' sires, but she does not sound happy, hey?
Where are our sires in this container here?
Yeah. And he pulls up his phone and he's like, I managed to get like really close, but I didn't want to go in case I fucked it all up for yous. And the photo that he shows you is 5 hospital gurneys in a circle. And there's a pile of ashes in the middle. One of the gurneys is empty and there's just like black sheets over 4 of them. And this woman wearing a suit, black hair tied back really, really tightly in a long ponytail, is holding a pistol.
Is that Angel with the pistol, or is it some? Yeah, so it's Angel.
Yes, that's Angel with the pistol. Yeah, and she has her scowl on, like the scowliest of scowls that has ever scowled.
What was she saying? What did you overhear?
She was like, "Tonight's the night. If I don't get it from you, everyone's gonna die. You reckon you can get it to them in time? Ha ha! Joke's on you. I will kill them as well. And then no one will have it." Do you know what? Do you know what she's after?
Boons.
Yeah, but there's got to be like something specific, right?
I don't care. Alaric's in danger. I don't care what she's after. I need to get in there. I need to get in there.
What? Cool your jets, buddy. If you go in there with all guns blazing, who knows what's going to happen? I get.
Sadly, we don't have
tensions a bit
guns.
high at the moment. It's Australia, mate. I don't know how she got it either, but you know.
Yeah.
What's the plan? I want to help. What's the plan?
Well, Angel supposedly cares about Alaric. Maybe I can filter that. I don't know.
Okay, well that's one angle. What else have we got?
Oh, is she by herself?
Well, she was and then she wasn't.
One of your people?
I don't know their name. They're known on the streets. They are. Nah. She, I know. Fuck, she's a bitch.
Philip?
No. I think he's skipped town or something. I don't know. Normally they're together, but yeah, not now. Nah, the one with the shit all up their arms, and they're known on the streets for like giving out candy, if you know my meaning.
Oh, our non-binary friend, the Thin Blood.
Yeah, I don't know who they are. I don't
Fucking Finn.
I don't
What?
think
hang
we
out
ever,
with them.
we ever got a name for them either.
No, just some fun.
Yeah, well, the pile of ash is them.
Oh,
That's them?
Yeah.
Oh,
Dibs on the ashes.
why?
Science.
That feels ethically
Okay.
unsound.
hmm.
Okay.
All right.
Ugh.
Dibs.
I will
Regardless.
make a note that Robert has called dibs on the ashes.
Is
I
there
mean, if
any
it's-
way to like bring someone back once they're ashed, or is it like that's done?
Oh, it's done.
Nah,
Done.
That's done.
Okay.
Done.
I mean, if
I
it's
don't know, like
one,
his sort, and he points to Robert, goes, his sort might know something, but I don't know.
Being this
Right.
close to the containers, and
If-
having had a premonition outside of her own loft, which is kind of a first, Mina's
Yep.
going to try to put mental, spiritual feelers out to try to determine what would happen if we went into that shipping container right now.
Got it. Can you make a rouse check for me as you call on the supernatural essence of your vitae to reach out to whatever powers might be out there, hopefully listening.
better not be some
see
Hecate
whether or
sit.
Nah.
Good. Ugh.
Remind me what I have to roll for rouse. Apologies.
So it's just one die, and if you
Yep.
get a success on it, you don't get hungrier. If it's anything
Oh,
other
okay.
than a success, you get 1 point hungrier.
Ooh, 9.
Hooray! You do not get hungrier. Now, can you please make me a... I should know this off the top of my head. A resolve plus auspex we'll go with, just to find out how precise and clear
Ooh.
the symbols and message that you might get.
I have a
Is-
lot. That.
Excellent. Mina, as the world kind of slips away from your vision and you hear Dancing Queen ringing in your ears, dance floor is lighting up in multiple colors, and you feel yourself transported into kind of like a funhouse of mirrors. You're walking down a hallway and you look into one mirror and you see all 4 of you bursting into this shipping container, and Angel's standing there with her gun, and she just fires at a body that's shrouded in black, and it disintegrates in front of you. And then she points the gun at the 4 of you, and as you come back into your body and you turn to look at another mirror, you see all 4 of you kind of in your buddy groups at 2 different points around the shipping container. You burst in, and Angel points the gun at someone and then turns and sees that there's another group and just kind of puts her hands up and drops the gun. And you see in another mirror, you see 2 little rats scurry into the shipping container, and Bob appears behind Angel and grabs hold of her arms, and then you all run in, and she's just left standing there going, and it's a series of moments of different like a montage scene, because who doesn't love a good montage scene, of potential outcomes, and then you stare straight down the hallway at a mirror that isn't distorting anything, and suddenly you see that you step into this shipping container by yourself. An Angel looks like she has something to say to you, and instead she just points at one of the shrouded figures on a hospital gurney and she pulls it back, and it's Annette, and she hands you the stake, and she hands you the gun, and just puts a hand on your shoulder. And that's when you're standing back next to your friends with Bob, just staring at you, going, "You right there, buddy?"
Oh, yes. I was trying
Yeah?
something. Yeah.
How'd it go?
I think it went rather well. Trying something new, and I saw multiple futures for us. Some we didn't survive, some we did, and some were rather interesting.
Okay, what one should we go with? Like, let us know.
We
so
should
can...
not go all in at once. That was a bad one.
Okay, so
no going in. No, none of that.
one at a time.
We could go in as buddy system. Bob, you were in one of them. You were a rat, and then you were not, and you grabbed Angel, and that seemed to work out all right.
Oh, I was a rat. I mean, I can
And-
send my friends in, and you hear a little from underneath his coat, and a snoot pokes out, and then there's and another little snoot pokes out from his. I can send my friends in if you like, and I can like check in with them, and sometimes they get unnoticed. Yeah, that's how I knew that they were here, because I set these guys ahead.
Right. I'd rather not put more individuals in danger, pointing to the little snoots.
Yeah, okay. We like this one. Yeah.
I'll go in. I'm happy to go in first to try and talk to her. If did you?
I saw one where I went in by myself, and
Did that
went
go okay?
okay. Yeah, I think that one went okay.
What if we got her to come out here?
I didn't see anywhere she comes out here. I think someone has to go in there.
Well,
Just not all of us
go in
at
there.
once.
I vote Mina,
I'll-
and yeah.
I'll go if you don't want to, Mina. If you're not comfortable going, I'll go. It's up to you, Mina. I trust you. Like, whatever you want to do, whatever you're comfortable with, that's what we're gonna do. You just tell us.
I would say just call us and keep your phone in your pocket so we can listen in.
That might not be a bad idea, just so that you could listen. I do like buddy
We'll
system.
be right outside the door the second that you need us. You yell and we'll storm in.
Blame on the moment you say.
Okay. Maybe me and Doc. I don't know if I saw that one.
I'll come with you if you like. I whatever you're comfortable with.
Me and Doc. I like that. Yeah.
Okay. For me.
Okay, so just your storyteller needing to check what the plan is. Mina is going to go in with Doc, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. And are you going to follow the advice and have your phone on in your pocket so that the others can hear?
Yes.
Gotcha. All right. So, as our coterie prepares to figure out what to do next, I think this is a particularly good moment for us to go to a break. If you are in chat, please don't forget that our Die Hard Dice giveaway is still running. So if you enter !enter into the chat, you can go into the draw to win a set of rerolls from Die Hard Dice. These are dice that are made from recycled plastic from them making other polymer dice. So they are good for the environment and they're clicky-clacky math rocks. Who doesn't love that, right? Excellent. The winners will be announced at the end of the show. We are going to go for about a 10-minute break, folks, and we'll be back on the flip side to find out what these vampires get up to. Welcome back. Just a reminder, the Die Hard Dice giveaway is still going on. So if you've just joined us, you can put !enter into the chat to go in the draw to win one of a set of dice from Die Hard Dice. They are called rerolls, and they are made from all the bits of plastic that come from them making other sets of dice. So they're good for the environment. They're good for your click-clack math rocks. Get in on the action. Winners will be announced at the end of the stream. And with that out of the way, Shall we go have a look and see what's happening in a shipping container with NCF on the outside of it, folks? Before we went to break, our vampires had decided that they were going to split from their normal buddy system and go into a new, improved buddy system, with Mina and Doc approaching the lime green shipping container with black block letters NCF on the outside of it that Mina had seen in a vision, and that their friend, Pretty Bob, was pretty pointedly suggesting that their sires were inside with a certain harpy named Angel, keeping them company. Mina and Doc, what would you like to do?
I would have given the bat that I was hauling to Sophie. Just in case. Just in case. You now have that. I want to go in with the appearance of peace. Unarmed.
Mm-hmm.
Before we get into the container, maybe like 30 feet away, I'm gonna look at Doc. Trust. That's what this is about, right?
Doc, you're muted.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes,
That
we
was
can.
weird. I wasn't muted. That was really weird. I don't know what happened there.
It's like technology knows this is finale.
I
and
know,
it's gonna mess
right?
up any way it can.
Doc is just going to very serious eye contact, be like, 100%, I've got your back. Say the word.
You don't like Angel, right?
No, I do not.
Good. Trust.
I trust you.
I will head towards the shipping container and
Go for
open
it.
it if it's unlocked.
Excellent. So as the shipping container is being opened, Sophie and Robert, what is happening outside?
Sophie's kind of swinging the bat around a little bit, just kind of waiting, I suppose. Not
Mhm.
sure what's going to happen, so waiting for something to happen to then react.
Understood.
You know,
Do
this
we have
is
the phone call happening, like phone in pocket so they can hear? Is that, we talked about doing that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, my understanding was that Mina was going to call the group chat, and it was going to be in everyone's pockets.
I forgot about that. Sophie
Doc is going to make sure that
with one hand whilst holding the phone between her, Robert, and Pretty Bob in the other.
Got it.
You know, Sophie, in all like the tragics concerning prophecy, like they're always focused on what the prophecy says, not realizing that the omissions, the parts that aren't said, is where most of the tragedy happens. So our exclusion in the scenes, right, that is about to take place, as well as what was in Mina's mind, might mean that this, where we are now, is where the tragedy will occur.
Bob
She
pipes up and is like, yeah, like all the classics, hey? Like, so Cassandra, the Oracle, was like, blah, but the shit that went on where she wasn't, that was talking about yeah, you're onto something, buddy. I don't know what it is, but it sounds real good.
It's a good phone, though. The audio in it's really clear. Might have to upgrade.
Keep our guards up then, she says, still swinging the bat around.
Yeah.
All right, I can do that.
Bob looks at Sophie, like wielding the bat, looks at Robert, and is like, oh, wait. And pulls his jacket open and is like, yeah, cool. They're gonna like just scout around the front. I won't be able to see you guys because I'll be like checking in with them, but they will be able to tell me if someone's like coming from the front. Yeah? Cool. I know it's a bit gross and stuff, but can I put this on someone's shoulder and you can just like tap my hand if I need to come back here?
Yeah, you can put it on mine.
Yeah, Sophie took like a subtle half step away as he was asking.
He doesn't look offended at all. Like, this is not his first rodeo. He's like, yeah, I figured that'd be the case. Thanks, mate. And he puts his hand on Robert's shoulder, and you see as his eyes roll into the back of his head, and his little mouth, quite small in his very scarred face, just kind of twitches, almost as though he's sniffing the air and moving his whiskers around if he had whiskers. Oh, you fucking idiots. No, I said the front. Yeah, up there. Yeah, no, don't get distracted, but it's a cheeseburger. I'll feed you later. And that is...
From
Sorry,
where
go for
he's
it.
standing, Sophie's just kind of like watching him, just kind of like, that is fascinating. I hate it, but it's fascinating.
Is this like a car accident for Sophie? Like, you shouldn't be looking, and yet you can't tear your eyes away?
Yeah. Like, is she taking...
Just so I can feel the scene.
Damage from this? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not ugly, it's just unusual.
It's just a bit odd.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. Wonderful. So, while this is going on, Mina, your hand touches the door of the shipping container. Doc, you're very close to Mina. The door creaks open, and inside you see a relatively well-lit area. And as the door opens, you hear a scuffle of feet and a step in your direction, just one step, and a click as Angel's voice calls out. Not a step closer. Who are you?
Hello there.
We come in peace.
We do. We've met before.
The wayward children, yes. 3 steps in and shut the door behind you.
Yes, ma'am. I'll follow instructions.
As you close the door and blink your eyes to become acquainted with the light, Doc, this takes about a second for you as you've got your heightened senses up. You do not hear breathing in this room. You do not hear movement of cloth other than coming from Angel as she shifts on her feet. You hear the water lapping outside. This room is impossibly quiet. And then you realize that there's no life here. There's no human warmth. There's no semblance of living in here. Everyone that's in here is dead. And while this isn't necessarily the first time that either of you have been in a situation like this, given the stakes and what is at risk, it does seem a little jarring. Angel trains the gun in her hand at you both and says, "You say you come in peace. Do you have the code word?"
What a whole bunch of words.
Do you know the one that they're looking for?
Not saying anything with a gun pointed at me.
It'd be much easier for you to say nothing with the gun going through you, I guess.
Then you wouldn't have anything.
I'd have one less complication.
But you'd be no closer to your goal.
What do you know of my goal?
Got us this far. Got us here with you now.
What
Do
you've
you
done.
know what they've been doing? Are you even aware of who it is that has been molding and shaping your existences?
Whatever they've done deserves this, and you're the one to decide that? That seem fair?
No one else is going to do it. It's not fair.
Why you? What makes you so special?
I'm the one who keeps count. I'm the one who sees the patterns. I'm the one who knows what's going on. No one else cares. I've taken this up the chain. No one cares.
So you just
Everyone thinks-
decided to take matters into your own hands because you get to be the judge, jury, and executioner. All about Angel. All about Angel.
We care. We're here now. We are here now with you here now. So there is someone else that cares.
What you cared about Alaric? Was that all fake too?
I don't even know that we're capable of caring, are we? Oh, the folly of youth.
Can Doc tell which body is Alaric in the body bags?
I mean, you could make a wits plus awareness, but it would be a very high difficulty. The gurneys are completely covered in a black. Like
I do get
plastic wrap.
extra awareness.
You do. Yep.
Oh dang! All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So
One
5
critical.
successes?
Yeah, 5 with 1 critical,
Okay.
so just 5.
Got it. Got it. So for 5 successes, while you can't see any very obvious signs of these bodies, specifically who each of them is, you do kind of cast your eyes around the gurney and then down and on the floor, and you do see almost imperceptibly a single white hair hanging down from underneath the plastic wrap that's over one of these bodies. And you know that none of these other sires had white hair.
You want to say anything, Mina?
I'm mostly just trying to keep things calm because there's a gun pointed at us. And also trying to suss out motives. So trying to see if it's like revenge or desperation. Like, what's her vibe? Is she calm? Is she even keeled? Or is she like on the raggedy edge of stress?
Give me a... Let's go with wits and insight roll for me.
Can I help in any
And
way
I'll
with that?
say- you can definitely help. It'll be a difficulty of 3.
Okay.
So if you get close, you might want to use some willpower.
Ooh. 5 and 1's a 10.
I got 4.
I'm going to have to up the difficulty in this whole thing, I think. Okay, for 5. And sorry, what did you get, Doc?
4.
Understood. Excellent. So, Mina, as you are assessing this individual's demeanor, this is not the first time that you've had to size up somebody, a mark. And this person seems like they're trying really hard to keep a grip on reality. But boy, are they losing it fast. This person seems desperate. While they don't need to breathe because you know that they're a kindred, their eyes are flicking around the room. that it looks like they haven't brushed their hair, even though it's pulled back. The ponytail itself is a bit messy and tangled. It looks like they're going through the motions of their appearance like they do every night, like they have every night for who knows how long. But something is setting that all awry.
What we know has gotten us this far. To you. So what do you know that you... It seems like you want to get this off your chest. You want someone to hear you. 2 sets of ears right here. Tell us. You said that no one knows what they're doing. Tell us so that someone knows. We only have part of the picture.
They're scamming everybody. They've been doing it for decades. They say, "Oh, we'll look after your children," and then do you know what happens? Do you know their sires? They go away, and then these idiots, these fraudsters, they take everything. They say they'll give it to the children, but they don't. They give a stipend. They give a property. They give nothing of real tangible value. And do you know the best part? Do you know the kicker?
Tell me.
If they go, it all goes to you, and there's not a goddamn thing anyone out there can do about it. Those poor individuals who have no one and nothing do not get what was supposed to be going to them. They do not get money. They do not get their property. They do not get what their sires have built up for them. They get nothing. And you, and she points at Mina and Doc, through choice, happenstance, who knows, you and your little friends, if these go, get it all.
We don't.
That's why
want
I
it.
can't trust you.
We
Oh,
don't.
You say that, but who's going to turn down millions of dollars? Maybe more, who knows? And that's not even the best part of the deal. All the favors over decades and decades. I've got a tally of them. All of them.
And
Yeah,
we
the
know we've seen the
document.
Boon records.
That's only part of them. They've been collecting them since before they came to Australia. I've got extra records from all the cities they've ever lived in. All of them. You could go anywhere and be set up for life.
While Angel is ranting about this, can Doc be like slowly moving towards the bed that they think Alaric is on?
Oh, you can certainly try.
I will.
Can you make me a let's go with are you attempting to do this as Angel's looking at you?
I was sort of more thinking that when she's like directing stuff at Mina, Doc is sort
Okay.
of trying to move while she's like not looking at Doc.
Got it. So I would say that would be a dexterity plus stealth to try and move quietly and be as unnoticeable as possible. And I
Okay.
will add that Bob can't hear this, but Sophie and Robert can absolutely hear what is going on.
Okay. I had 3 dice in that, and I got 2 successes and a critical success. So
Excellent. So 3 successes in total?
yes, 3 successes in total.
Okay. You managed to make it about halfway to the gurney that you think Alaric is on before Angel finishes this spiel that she's on. She's like, not a step closer.
I need to see.
Not just yet, you don't. He's fine.
I need to, and Doc is going to look like they're going to just keep moving forward no matter what Angel is sort of saying.
An act of good faith. We're all having a conversation. We all want to trust each other here. Can you give them that at least while we're having this talk?
Stay where you are. And she walks over to the gurney and just pulls the black plastic away enough that you can see that it is Alaric's face.
I say goodbye to him.
Are you going somewhere?
He going somewhere? At the whole point of this?
I need the code word to give to the accountant, and then they can sign everything over to me, and I can start to try and divvy it up.
Well, you let me say goodbye to him. I'll give you the whole book.
Show me the book.
Not how that works. I'm playing nice right now. You don't want to see me when I'm not playing nice with you, Angel.
I'm playing nice too, Doc.
And isn't that
You
nice of
want-
us?
Oh,
We're both just
lovely.
nice people here having a nice time with friends. And it'd be a real
Picks the
shame.
gun up. Playtime's over.
Without the codes. Because we don't know how, we have a book. You don't have the words. Without them, putting the codes aside, if Jason doesn't get a call in 2 days, all of it goes to us. What if
Mhm.
we brought you into that? Made an agreement to divvy it up because we don't want it.
You don't deserve any of it.
Why not?
It's not yours.
Not yours either.
I'm going to be giving it back to who is owed.
And you know who it is owed to. You could help us divvy it back up.
It is at this point that we will go back to Sophie and Robert. I'm not sure what that was. Sorry, Sophie.
That wasn't Sophie, that was me. Oh.
So while you're standing out here and you're listening to this phone call in real time, you hear Bob just like, no, go left, no, right, yeah. Oh, check out the legs on that. No, it's on task. So yeah.
Hey, Bob, could I offer you a job for a boon?
Hang on a sec. And he takes his hand off your shoulder and blinks his eyes a bit, and he's like, yeah, what?
Yeah, what would it take for you to go in there and take the gun and help them disable this threat?
It's at this point that the gunshot rings out, and he's like, oh, no. No, mate. You're on your own with that. I'm sorry. Oh, hang on.
Right.
Yeah, nah. Nah.
Maybe for a major boon? Major?
Bobby, give it up. He's not gonna do it.
Maybe a major boon from someone who can spy on most people from afar?
One from each year, and you've got a deal.
I can't say it from them. I can give you 2 major boons, all right? All right? You don't have to risk your life. If things get hairy, you just get out. 2 major boons from me. Just go in there, take the gun. That's it.
His face drops, and the scars on his face get illuminated by the lamplight. And for all intents and purposes, he is the quintessential Nosferatu mask, which is like 2 boons. 2. Wait. We got witnesses. 2 major.
2 majors, yeah.
Yep, he owes you 2 major boons.
Look, I'm in good standing with Ivory Town,
Only
all right? My
from him.
boons,
Not
flawless.
involving me. Only from
just
him.
take the gun.
You're fine, princess. I will collect on those. Spits in his hand and holds it out for you to shake, Robert.
Do I lick it or no? I'm kidding. I know what we do here. We're normal people. Just shaking hands. We've done this. Yep. All right.
All right, kids, don't get yourselves into trouble. And he vanishes in front of you, and you just see a bush along the laneway shuffle a little bit, and you hear the door of the shipping container almost creak. It's like a and that's it.
This is either going to go really well or really bad.
Yeah, did you want to go in too, or do we just want to wait out here?
It's a little crowded in there. Maybe just wait and see if your buddy can do his thing, and then.
But what if our inaction?
Then I'll come in there, but I'm not. I can't leave you out here by yourself.
No, we would both go. What if our inaction leaves Doc like shot and ripped apart and burned and all sorts of other horrible things?
Action leaves Doc shot and ripped to shreds and horribly burned.
Oh man. I guess either way, they're fucked. Good point.
You hear a set of footfalls coming towards you, Robert and Sophie, and you see an individual, medium build, short cropped hair, dark sort of clothes with a fluoro vest over the top, and they're like, "Oi, you lot! You're not supposed to be in here. What are you doing?"
Oh, so sorry, sir. We just got a little bit lost. We just went to the stadium, and she Sophie makes her way up towards him. And 1 second. She's gonna be like, "Oh, please, thank you for coming to find us. We were just heading out." And as she gets up to him, she's gonna turn him. See if she can turn him around to face away from where they are, and she's gonna use cloud memory, and say, "Just forget that we were ever here."
Forget that who was ever here. And he just walks.
Put my lighter away.
Buddy.
Amazing. Yep, you don't need to make a rouse check for that, and he's an unprepared mortal, so
Excellent.
Wonderful. Is there anything that you would like to do before you kind of go back to listening at the phone? Nope.
No, I think we're chilling for the time being.
Yeah, it's very much just that on edge, something's gonna happen, but what do we do? There's 3 people that have gone in there already, and yeah, it's just not wanting to put too many cooks in the kitchen, so to speak.
But the Molotov,
Got it.
I'm ready for
We
this.
are the cavalry, in case the cavalry is needed.
Burn everything
You
down.
don't want too many cooks in the kitchen, but you do have the creme brulee torch on
Exactly,
standby,
right.
just in case.
And the
It's that person
tenderizing
on the
knife
side.
with a sock over it.
Mhm.
Yes. Yeah. You are ready for both the main course and dessert, should it be needed. Love it. Well, continuing with the analogy, entree is going on inside the shipping container. Mina, you're still standing pretty close to the door, and you do hear a very tiny creak. But Angel is just kind of standing in front of you both with a if when you looked before she seemed on the edge, she seems doubly so now.
Putting on her most schmoozy personality that she's used on targets and marks before, the most friendly, even-keeled that she can be. She'll look directly and softly at Angel. You've given us a kind act of faith by letting Doc look at Alark. You know that they have quite the relationship. Conversely, I do not share such love for my sire. Would you give us an act of faith, an act of friendship towards a common goal we seem to have? And let me take care of mine. Take her out of the picture, one step closer.
Sire,
You do that. Huh?
I want to kill you.
Trust.
Angel looks between the two of you and almost smiles at the tension. You want to take them out?
I can't speak for all of my friends, just for myself. Heading towards a mutual goal. You don't seem to like them. I could do with a longer leash. Or none at all.
I can respect that. How do you want to do it?
What would be your preferred method? And I'm mostly just trying to keep her talking.
Doc, while Mina is talking to Angel, is there anything in particular that you're trying to do, or are you just staying still?
I'm contemplating trying to use mesmerize on Angel.
Okay. You will know that you do need eye contact for your dominate powers. And
Yeah.
at the moment, she's locking on, still kind of darting around, but mostly paying attention to Mina.
Okay. And I prepare to do that if she at any point sort of looks at me and I can catch her. That's what I'm going to do.
Sure. So we're going with mesmerize, yes?
Yeah.
Noted. All right. Mina, as you ask this question, she's like, oh, there's really only one surefire way to make sure that it happens. Though it would mean that you need to hide away from everybody for a little while.
I'm perfectly fine not being here for a bit.
Well, if you were to drain every last bit of them, even the last little bit of them, I hear tales that that can take their essence in, though it is very much frowned upon in certain circles.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, alternatively, there's beheading. You could just set them on fire.
That feels messy with how
It's a
close
very
quarters we are.
enclosed space. I don't know
Yeah.
if fire is the best course of
Dangerous
action.
for the
I'm
three
just
of us.
giving
at least.
options. And at this point, she locks eyes with you, Doc.
And I try and in mesmerize.
Excellent. So, mesmerize is a contested role because she is a kindred, not an unprepared mortal. I do believe you need to make a rouse check for this one.
I succeeded.
Excellent. So you do not get hungrier. And mesmerize is your manipulation and dominate versus her intelligence and resolve.
How many dice am I looking at to try and beat for you?
So she has a not insignificant dice pool. You're going to need to beat 4.
Can I use a willpower to do a reroll?
Absolutely. So
Okay,
what
I'm
you
going
can
to
do is
reroll
spend
these.
a point of willpower to reroll
Yeah.
3 normal dice,
Yeah.
not your hunger dice.
I do that more than once?
No.
Okay.
Can I help?
Can Mina help me?
I will give you one additional a success because Mina is kind of there attempting to get her on side.
Okay, because I got 2 normal successes, 1 critical success, so only 3. But with
Okay.
1 extra success, that's 4.
With 1 extra success, that's 4, and that matches her roll. But because you are the active party in this, you succeed. So you lock eyes with Angel. What does it look like when Doc uses his dominate powers?
I think Doc goes just incredibly still. The facade of being human that I think they put a lot of thought into 24/7 drops. And they just go incredibly still while maintaining eye contact. Incredibly still and incredibly solemn. And they're going to just hold out their hand and just give me the gun.
She sets her jaw and looks like she's stepped in something. And then hands over the gun.
Doc is going to shoot her in the head.
Can you please give me a dexterity plus firearms? And that is going to be in opposition to her dexterity and athletics.
And I use another willpower to reroll this.
Absolutely.
Okay, good.
Absolutely. It's a finale. Use your goddamn willpower.
Okay, 3.
Dexterity plus athletics. And she is going to rouse the blood. She does not get hungrier. So she has 4 successes. What did you roll?
Wait,
4.
did I say 4 or
Okay.
did I say 3? I don't remember if I wrote. Did I say 4? I think I said 4, right? Or did I say 3? I don't remember what I got.
I don't
I'm so
remember.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I'm
I
so
normally
sorry.
listen.
I've completely forgotten if I rolled a 3 or a 4. Do you want me to
It's
re-roll
okay.
it?
Audience, let us know.
Okay, so
Yeah,
we've got
can
a
anyone
3
remember what
in
I
chat.
got?
Thank you,
3.
chat.
Thank you. I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to be
Okay.
dishonest. I swear to God, I forgot.
No, it happens all the time. It's totally fine.
Audience,
Normally, I've got one half of my brain hearing what you said, and then one half of my brain with what I'm saying. So, 3 successes versus her 4 successes. You level the gun at her, and it's almost point blank. She's close enough to have handed the gun to you, but given she knew that you were using a dominate power on her, so she was prepared for something to happen, maybe not sure quite what, and almost imperceptibly she heard the click of the gun as you pressed on the trigger and just dodged out of the way. She does have a streak of vitae down her cheek. She has taken the most superficial of superficial, but she is not dead
Okay.
yet.
Doc is going to step back a couple of steps so they're out of like arm's reach. Right? Did you have something to add, Kat?
No, you finish your sentence and then I'll.
Okay, Doc is going to step back so that they're not immediately within like fighting for the gun range, keeping it leveled at Angel, and just turn to Mina and say, "Do what you want to do, Mina. I'm going to take care of this once you're done."
Excellent. So this is where we will swap over to Robbie and Sophie.
At that, given the conversation in the lead up to it and the fact that they would have heard that Doc was trying to get the gun followed by the gunshot, I think that's going to be the point where Sophie is definitely going to want to burst in. So she will hightail it for the shipping container.
Excellent. Is Robbie following?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Cool. Okay. So here's where things get interesting. Doc has just shot at Angel and said, Mina, do what you want to do. Sophie bursts through with Robbie close at her heels, and the following scene meets everybody's eyes. Bob, across the room, comes out of a cloak of shadows, locks eyes with you, Doc, scans towards the room and just goes, "Good work, kids," before he dissolves into a pile of ashes and sits on the floor.
Gibbs.
Did I just shoot Bob? Oh
Bob
no.
failed his dodge.
Oh no.
Ouch.
I Fuck.
Internally, Rob's like, I guess I don't have to pay that guy. So that's good.
Robert, no.
It's,
Doc
well,
is not gonna handle that great. But my knee-jerk reaction is then for them to shoot Angel again. But I think now it's a worry of it. Was he just behind her, or was it that it ricocheted?
Oh.
He was right behind her, ready to grab her.
Right. Gotcha. Anybody have anything they want to do before I try and shoot Angel again?
I'm gonna look
What
at the
is Mina
bodies.
doing in this moment?
She sees Sophie and Robert come in. She's processing Bob coming in, which she didn't want anyone to get hurt, to the metaphor of too many cooks. It never worked out when there was everyone in here. She's happy she brought Doc, but also in the same thought frustrated because Doc escalated it when they had talked about trust. And Mina thought she had at least Angel's ear, and now that's all gone. Mina's gonna look not angrily, but sternly at Doc and say, "For what I need to do next, I need the gun, please."
And somebody acetate Angel, and then I'll give you the gun, Mina.
You said I could do what I needed to do.
Yeah, I just don't want her to hurt you. That's why I was trying to take care of it.
I know.
Just if somebody you guys had chains, right? Can you just tie her up so that she can't hurt any of you? And then I'll put the gun down, I swear.
Can I please get everyone in the room to make a resolve plus composure roll? Okay. Wow, Toreador's gonna Toreador.
They're on social
Excellent.
media. I feel like they're just numb to everything.
Facebooks.
Yeah, I think I've seen it all.
The Facebooks. Yeah. Okay. As you all take stock in what is happening in the room. Bob's pile of ashes bursts into flames. Angel goes running into the other side of the shipping container, as far away from Bob as possible. Doc, you see this and you have a moment of panic as your beast is like, hell no, no. And you take a few steps back. Robert, you take a step back. Mina and Sophie, you perhaps out of everyone in this group are most well suited to not feeling like Bob's death and final death, was a fitting end, but you know, he didn't really bring anything beautiful to the night. And as such, him going up into a pile of flames maybe is less of a threat to your beast and more of a fitting end to make sure his scarred face can't be seen anymore.
Does
So this
Doc
is the
drop the
situation.
gun as they run?
What was the question, sorry?
Does Doc
Does
drop the
Doc-
gun?
I don't think so.
Was there anything else in the shipping container? I'd heard mention of a stake. Is that visible or available?
Not on like a table
Okay.
or anything. But as Angel shifted towards the back of the room, you did see her jacket fly open and there were stakes on the inside.
Are there stakes in the sires that are keeping them torpored?
You can't see, so when Angel pulled the plastic sheeting down just to show her face, his face, it was across the top of the chest. But now as you're looking, you can see that the chest area on all of these does sit perhaps a little higher than it might. I have one very important question to ask all four of you. Do you want to save your sires? Or do you want to finish them this night and claim whatever is due to you?
Mina hasn't decided that yet.
Robert?
As much as I'd like to get rid of these new age thinking Tremere, I think life is more punishment than death.
And so that is a vote for,
I'll keep him alive.
well, such as he is.
Mm-hmm.
Understood. Sophie?
Sophie definitely wants to keep Tierra alive. She owes her unlife to her, and also the death penalty isn't a thing in Australia. So she's grown up used to not killing people who do bad things, but making them pay for their crimes whilst still alive. So in her mind, she definitely thinks that if they keep them all alive, there might be a chance that they can get them to atone for their crimes.
Understood. And Doc?
Doc is saving Alaric no matter what they have to do to get him out of there, absolutely.
Understood. So as all four of you stand in the shipping container and realize that though there may be many choices in front of you, you can only make one of them. Some of you have already made that decision. Some of you are still making that decision. Angel lets out an ear-piercing scream before she just bolts towards the doorway in the side of the shipping container. Does anybody try and stop her?
Doc is going to look to Mina as if like following Angel with the gun, looking to Mina for permission, essentially. Like,
I've maintained my composure. I am focused on Doc. I'm going to run towards in the same direction as Doc and where Angel is now running. As I run towards and past Doc, I'm going to have my hand out one last time, begging you to give me this gun.
Doc will put the gun down, like not have it following anymore. If Mina doesn't want,
Are you handing the gun to Mina?
it to me.
I will grab it, continue after Angel, and fire at Angel.
Can you please, Mina, roll me your dexterity and firearms?
And gosh, I got a lot in dexterity. Oh. How do critical successes work again?
So if you have 2 critical successes on your dice, they count as 4 successes in total.
I had 2 critical successes and another success.
Amazing.
For a total of 5.
Mina, what does it look like as you pull the trigger, sending the bullet hurtling towards Angel's head?
It, in an uncommon look, all of the light, all of the humanity that Mina's been holding on to for decades vanishes in an instant. She truly feels like a monster in this moment, more so than any of the time she's lost control, more so than any of the time she has failed Annette. She knows what this means. She knows that she's not going to be able to stay here, but that was the point. So as all that outer mask of bubbliness and happiness just leaves her, she pulls the trigger, dead aimed on Angel, and watches as she falls.
As she falls to the ground, a hole opens up where the bullet entered her body and flew back out. And it keeps opening and starts smoldering and keeps opening. And you just hear, "It isn't fair. They sent him away and I got nothing."
I know
Before
it's not
she is
fair.
just a pile of ash on the floor.
Take a breath she doesn't need and walks back to the container, still holding on. Looks Doc square in the eyes. There are people here that need you. It couldn't be you. You need to be here for Genevieve. For everyone. No one needs me here. I can leave. I can go. I can hide. It couldn't be you.
I need.
And she's just kind of zoned out.
What is everyone else doing?
Is the fire still raging in the back corner of the container?
It's now just a smouldering pile of ashes.
Cool, 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 cool. Sophie's gonna start to circle the group of beds, pulling up the covers, looking for Tiara.
Mm-hmm. You pull the black plastic back from 1, 2, the third one you find her. Serene. Though you do notice that the corner of one of her eyes is a little crinkled. It's that look that she's given you enough times for you to recognize when she's pissed off, but she doesn't want anybody to know. It's that look she's given you at Elysium a couple of times where you've said, you were asked a question by somebody else and you've said what was on your mind. Maybe not the answer that she had in mind to be given. She's lying there. Her suit now has a very large hole in it. She will not be pleased. And there is a stake sticking out of it.
We will look from Tiara to the others, sort of just a questioning look on her face, as if to be like, well, what do we do now?
We don't know how long they've been here for, how hungry they'll be. We don't want to send them on a rampage. I think Doc is going to go up to Alaric's bed and sort of sit beside them on the gurney, sweep their hair out of their eyes. We probably need to make sure they have blood on hand before we wake them up. We don't know how long they've been baked for. If we're waking them up. Nina, I know you hadn't decided what you were going to do, but I'm not going to stop you if you make that choice, but you should do it before we wake the others up.
Mina's gonna look at the other members of her coterie as if for permission. Doc's already given it.
What's going through Robert's mind right now?
Robert is thinking about the legality of everything. So, the Nosferatu, I don't know how he didn't seem like he was in that high good of a standing. So, I'm sure his death wouldn't be that bad. Angel, that might be a big problem, but I'm sure there's a way to keep Nina here with some nice politicking, especially with the crimes that Angel did. It's just the right of destruction lies with the sheriff or the prince and them alone. So he's just kind of going through the political, legal process through his head and trying to figure out, okay, where do we go from here? As he kind of steps over and starts, picking up every bit of ash pile into, Ziploc bags. Just get a little Sharpie out, Nosferatu.
Tremere gonna Tremere.
Yeah. And then, he plans on just giving blood to his sire and waking him up.
Understood. As you finish picking up Pretty Bob's ashes and labeling them in a Ziploc bag, Mina's eyes catch yours. It's a questioning sort of a look.
You're thinking about killing your sire?
Thinking on it. We have a means. I have a means. As long as it wouldn't hurt you three.
I think if it's done, it should be done in the most violent way, probably with fire, meaning psychic impressions are left, and the more distortion within it, the harder it is to see the responsible person. So if you are going to do it, put some distance, maybe Molotov it, so that when people come to investigate, they don't see you.
Sophie and Doc, as Robert says these words, it kind of drives home to you both that while sometimes what he said has been a little bit unhinged by your sensibilities, that he's very good at what he does. He's a very good practitioner of the arts. And when he's made suggestions of fire, when he's made suggestions of firearms, this violence and psychic imprinting rationale helps drive home why he's been perhaps a little less reticent to take the peaceful route, shall we say. And suddenly you see your coterie mate in not a whole new light, but in a different light. Like, all of this violence that he's been suggesting hasn't been because he's a violent person. It's been because he's been watching out for everybody and trying to set everyone up so that if things go wrong, they go wrong in the best way possible? Question mark?
I think if that's what we're doing, we need to get our sires out of here and leave whoever's being left in here. And I think Doc is going to grab Alaric by the face and kiss him very gently a couple of times and blood bond Alaric to him before he does anything.
Okay. Are you using your sanctifying kiss
I
again, or are
am,
you
yes.
giving your actual
I will use how quickly can I do levels of blood bond in sanctifying kiss?
I would say it would take you 3 nights.
Okay.
As a minimum.
I'm going to use sanctifying kiss, and then I'm going to give him some of my blood to get to level at least.
Okay, so as everyone watches this, you see not an uncommon sight, but perhaps not one that you've necessarily seen recently. Alaric and Doc are quite private people, but Doc gives Alaric a kiss, and then, again, give some vitae. Doc did say that your sires are probably going to need some blood before you wake them up.
Whilst this is happening, Sophie is going to walk over to Mina and go to take her hand again, and just sort of gently ask, they weren't very nice to you, were they?
No.
No.
No. I don't think I was built for this, at least not at the beginning. And she didn't have a lot of patience for that, and that's understandable. I can understand her frustration. But she has not made right on her promises to me, never has. It's been decades, and I don't even know how to begin to process those emotions. Now that I have the opportunity to just be me for the first time in longer than I had life, what am I supposed to do with that choice when I feel like this whole situation would be better without her? How do I make that right? Is it even my place to do so? But I have this opportunity. I'm already in deep shit, and points to where Angel's pile of dust was that Robert has so graciously cleaned up.
No, she shot Bob, and you just defending us. What I saw. What did you see, Sophie?
Sophie, still holding onto Mina's hands, and a lot of what she has just said really resonates with Sophie, because when Sophie was first turned, there was a few times where, Tierra also, would have the sort of shorter patience with her, and especially around, taking her away from her grandmother and stuff like that. But she found that over time, their bond, their relationship grew better, and that she kind of found out for herself that Tierra always had her best interests at heart at the same time. But she can kind of see from how Mina has been speaking about this, and from the brief interactions that she's seen between her and her sire in this time, that it's not the same. it's a completely different situation. And yeah, so when Doc starts to suggest that they find a way to change the blame, shift the story, yeah, like her grip sort of goes from being like a really soft and comforting to a bit more like determined kind of thing, like sort of they have a potential way out. If we we make it look like they got each other and we can change. She can't quite get the words out.
We will all. Isn't that what you saw, Robert? You saw Angel kill Bob, and then they killed each other, and then in the fire, that started the fire that took out Annette, right?
It's risky, but sure.
Where does that leave us with what our sires have done? They've wronged so many people. Do we even?
I mean,
Is that a secret?
I mean,
wrong. I don't.
we deal with that when they wake up.
Okay.
I care about making sure that you don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to leave home. You don't have to leave us, Mina. I won't let that happen.
You're our family.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Mina brings in, I think Sophie's the one that's holding her hands, just grabs her into a death grip of a hug. She had already committed to having to leave. It was already in her mind that she was going to have to go. And she had already been mentally saying those goodbyes, and to have this way to stay. You see a little bit of that brightness come back, but she is also so stressed out. And it's sort of like this sort of laugh as she is processing the full gamut of emotions, without breath, without tears.
Yeah.
And in the weirdest way, relieved on so many levels, but still utterly terrified of what comes next.
Robert, you hear a sound that you've heard many, many, many times before. It is a very soft.
I was about to say, we did fire several gunshots.
We need to go now.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think Doc is going to like over their shoulder. Like,
Wait, was that not a rooster?
I couldn't tell
that
if that
was
was a
a
rooster
rooster.
police.
yeah, is the sun completely up, or is it like we're running out of time?
No, it was police.
Oh, I thought it was a rooster. The sun. Why was there a rooster in Melbourne Dock?
Police rooster. It's hard.
I mean, there's a cow in a tree. Why not a rooster?
It's a city slicking rooster. Why not?
Is it a cop rooster?
It's a cop rooster.
It's so canon now. It's a cop rooster. There you go. We've got vampires. You know, guys, this is a really high
Officer
tension, high
Foghorn.
emotion scene.
Yep, lighting the Molotov.
Oh, so that's cops.
Yep. So a chicken cop is driving down the street in Melbourne. Yes.
Okay, do we make our sires up here and now then? What, like... Doc's thoughts are to just get sires, run for the cars. If we want to set that Molotov on, and if we're leaving Annette here, we leave Annette here and we set that Molotov on and destroy any extra evidence. But
Doc, do you have your mobile phone on you?
I do, but I'm pretty sure that I had it turned to silent before because I didn't want the sound of it in the
Vibrate
thing because of the call.
Everybody gets a message. It is, I am outside. I've got the van. You've got literally 10 seconds. Jackie.
Okay.
He knows
No,
my number. That's awesome.
All right.
Okay.
Jackie knows everyone. What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Doc
Sometimes
is going.
So,
Sorry.
you go.
Doc has got Alaric on shoulder and is. Get your size. If you're taking your size, we need to hustle right now. Let's go. Ina, Molotov's all yours. Do what you're gonna do.
So we've got Doc carrying Alaric. What is Sophie doing?
Sophie is going to activate Fleetness,
Mhm.
and is there like a clear path to wheel the beds out, or would they
Yes.
have to
Yep.
carry?
100%.
Awesome. She's going to wheel a bed at inhuman speed.
Excellent. What is Robert doing?
I'm going to look at Mina. This is something you have to do by yourself, right? This is like a symbolic hurdle that you need to do.
I mean, if you want to be here for it, I don't know what you would get out of it other than the fascination of watching what comes next, but
I'm just trying to see if me being in your proximity would help you through this emotional thing, or if I should just.
I am not going to be all right.
Okay, I will
get your
linger.
sire. Get
You
your
sure?
sire.
I could linger. I'm not like, if he lives, it's sure. But if he doesn't,
No.
okay, all right. I'm here in, as they say, spirit,
Thank
right
you, brother.
next to you, watching you
You
always.
see Doc from outside be like, 10 seconds!
All right, I'll push my
Put your
sire.
shoes on.
Excellent. Mina, everyone has grabbed their siren one way or another and is maneuvering them towards Jackie's van. How fortuitous. What are you doing? What is Mina choosing to do?
Molotov in hand, with some way to light it. Walk quickly, because I know that we're on a time crunch, over to Annette.
Mm-hmm.
Pull down the sheet. Again, this is all like, I know I only have 10 seconds. Pull down the sheet, kiss her on the forehead, and whisper, I hope I'm now as ruthless as you dreamt I would be. And leave and light it all on fire.
Excellent. Can you please give me a resolve and composure as I'm seeing Reservoir Dogs style Mina leaving the shipping container and it bursting into flames slow motion behind her?
Oh boy, let's go. Ooh. Hey!
Amazing. You only needed one. You feel the claws in the back of your skull dig in, and just for a second you're waiting to hear Annette's voice. And it's not. It's not Annette's voice. It's something entirely different. Your beast sounds like you. Sounds like you that night in the hotel room when you were talking to yourself going, we've got to get out, we've got to go, we've got to make it look like a robbery, we've got to just take and run and go. Go now, as you see the police sirens and lights flickering on the buildings around you. You race towards Jackie's van where everyone else has managed to load somewhat unceremoniously their very unhelpful sires into the van. Mina runs into the van. The door closes. Jackie guns it. Are you going back to the clubhouse or are you going back to the sheriff's?
Clubhouse?
Clubhouse. Until we can... I think until we have our sires back up and functioning, I don't think we take them to the sheriff.
Excellent. You head back to the clubhouse. Jackie parks the car in the garage. Alexander presses the button, pulls all the shutters down in the house. The house is safe. Just as the first rays of sunlight start to change the colour along the horizon, Melbourne starts to come alive. You make your way into safety. No scorching rays for you. No fire either, it would seem here. The coming nights are strange and strained. You manage to procure blood enough for all of your sires, bar one. When Alexander asks, "What happened to Annette?" Mina, what do you say?
Things got messy and there was an accident, unfortunately. We did everything we could to try to get her out, but we could only save these 3.
Harpy trying to kill them all. Only
My condolences to you, Miss Mina. To you all.
Let's do the best with who we were able to save. Right?
There are questions asked. Jackie and Cowboy come and ask questions of you all separately, together. Mostly about what the hell happened to Angel. Do you all spin the tale that you all decided on? And one final question. When you decide to wake your sires, do you do so separately or together for the 3 of you?
Robert
I know-
does not care.
Doc?
Doc would probably want to do it alone because they want to 3rd level bond Alaric.
Understood.
And they don't want that to be public knowledge.
Mhm.
Yeah, so probably alone for Doc.
Sophie?
Well, if one person is waking their sire up alone, then they'll all
I mean,
be
if Sophie wants company, Doc will come and help her wake up Sierra first, but otherwise Doc's no.
Nah, it's all good.
Understood. Robert,
Yeah.
when you wake your sire,
So before I wake him up, I am going to put a ritual of truth telling in the room. Like,
Tremere are always going to Tremere.
gotta
Will you
Tremere it
please-
up.
Gotta Tremere it up. Will you please make your ritual roll and rouse roll for that?
Yep. All right. 4 successes.
Excellent. You managed to do that. Whatever questions you have for your sire, he answers truthfully. I will allow you as your storyteller to ask him 1 question now.
Oh. Oh man, come back to me. This is tough.
Okay, we'll come back to you. Sophie, how do you wake your sire?
I think she'll have probably put her back in, like, her sire's rooms or whatever. And when she wakes up, she's going to be really hungry, right?
She is absolutely going to be hungry. Yes, you will have had the opportunity to force blood into her, so she's not going to be super rampant.
Okay.
But yeah, she will be hungry.
Cool. All right. Well, she'll have a food source there for her. And yeah, after Tiara has woken up and satiated herself, one of the first things that Sophie is going to do, she's going to pick up the will and testament that she had grabbed, and she's going to be like, "You're going to change this. I don't want it."
What do you think I should do with it?
We're going to give most of it back to the people that need it. And I don't need all of these things because I want to be able to expand my business on my own terms and get all of these things on my own power and not have them just given to me.
She looks at you and smiles a little and leans in softer than you've probably ever seen her and just goes, there she is. Yeah, okay. And she picks up a pen. Doc,
Yes.
you are in a room with Alaric.
I think that Doc is going to has gotten blood into Alaric's system, but the final thing before they wake them up is to like open a vein and feed more of their own blood.
Mm-hmm.
And then they pull, like I think they're sitting on the bed with them and they pull the stake out.
Alaric's eyes open and he's furious for a second, but takes in where he is. Looks at you and just goes, where have you been all my life? And pulls you into a hug. And that just leaves one.
Yeah, I figured it out.
Yeah.
Sorry, go with me.
Yeah, sorry, Robert. Yes.
My question is, where's your magic book?
It's where it's always been, Robert. On the plinth by your bedside table.
All right, I'm taking it. That's this exchange right here. I'm taking it. See you later.
It was always yours.
Okay. Yeah, God damn it. What? Just awkwardly walk out. Like, what's that?
Mina. You have no sire to wake up. For the first time in a very long time, you are your own woman. The stories that have been told have been accepted. Everyone's very sad for your loss. You're a free agent now. You're a very rich free agent now. What is the first thing Mina does with her newfound freedom and the loss of her weak-willed flaw?
Oh. The very first thing Mina will do is write a very generous and anonymous donation to her favorite community center run by her inspiration, her muse, Aspen. They have ensured that that center is a safe haven for everyone in that neighborhood. It's the neighborhood in which her loft resides. And she will keep an eye on it from afar. I think for a while, she might distance herself from the coterie just for a little bit, just as she processes this incredible turn of personality. She hasn't known what it's been to be her own person in 30 some odd years. After a little bit of thinking, she realizes she wants to be that everything that Annette was not. She wants to be kind and giving, but using the power that she has, being positively ruthless in all sense of the words, cracking down on those who don't play nice, cracking down on those who make the world objectively worse. And wherever that may take her is where it takes her. But that is where she feels drawn to for the first time she gets to make those decisions. And she finds it to be absolutely wonderful and delicious.
And that, my lovely audience, is where we are going to close the curtain on this story. With our coterie having made some decisions, some lasting, some maybe not so lasting. I hope you enjoyed this story. My name has been Nerdsmith Network. I have been your storyteller. You can find me everywhere on the interwebs as Nerdsmith Network. That's NEPHTHYS. I want to thank Nerdsmith for giving us this platform. I had so much fun giving you this story. Thank you. Now let's hear from our vampires.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming along with us. I am Kat. You can find me as cat_Callahan on Instagram or co.call on TikTok. And I have been playing Sophie.
Hi, I am Mitch. You can find me on all social medias at Mitch S. Bustillos. And if you want my book, you just go to pennyforatale.com. Shiny. And that's it.
Very shiny.
It's so shiny.
Hi, I'm MK, and I've been playing Doc, and thanks so much for coming along with us on this journey.
And I'm Rosie. I was Mina for you for this run. I loved being her. You can find me everywhere on the internet as Sweet Rosie B, including sweetrosieb.com, where I have information on commissions and my newly released mini mechanics guide on how to run D&D in a fighter platformer world.
Amazing. Excellent. So, folks, in the chat, the giveaway is now closed. If you don't win tonight, remember that you can still get your own set of rerolls at Die Hard Dice, and you can use the code NERDSMITH to get 10% off. Proceeds for the sale will go to the PCRF. That is our charity that we are currently raising funds for. And if I can get a drum roll, please, everybody. I don't have an envelope. Sorry. The winners of the rerolls from Die Hard Dice are... Okay, more drum roll. That's not a chicken. It's a chicken cop. That's it. We need more chicken cops.
Caca. Oh, yay!
Congratulations to Pigalek. Thank you. You have won a set of rerolls. And our second winner is Schnippy. Congratulations to both of you. I need you both to stay on stream if you can, please, so that our producer can contact you and find out where to send your amazing dice. I want to see pictures of them in the socials, please. Yay, because I'm a dice dragon and I love dices very much. Excellent. We are very excited to announce that premiering next week is our next Nerdsmith Presents Yes, My Liege, using the Most Trusted Advisors system. Be sure to tune in to that at 6 p.m. PST or 9 p.m. EST here on the Nerdsmith? Wow, it has been a session, sorry. Nerdsmith, even, network for some medieval kooky chaos. Once again, we have so enjoyed bringing you this story. We hope that it gave you a bit of a taste for what Vampire the Masquerade can be. And let us know if you ever go and try it out yourself. We want to thank you so much. We want to thank our amazing producer, Gabby, for being God in the clouds while we've been bringing you these shenanigans. Thank you so much, and good night.